do is once you and I we'll get this bug worked out we experienced tonight, and we'll set that show up and we'll open up the phone lines and we'll encourage artists to call in with these types of questions because I think this is good info for most of them may know, but there's going to be a lot of them out there just starting that this is going to be some useful information for.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to say a disclaimer that whatever Stone Jefferson says, sober Jefferson is not responsible for.
Trust me, we know all about those types of disclaimers around here. Apparently, you haven't listened to many of my shows. I got to put a disclaimer out there every 5 minutes.
That's right.
All right, so real. Let's wrap it up here. And again, I this is on air, so I've kind of got you pegged down here. In the next, say, 2-3 weeks, we'll hook this show up. We'll do another night like tonight, but we'll dive into that subject in particular.
All right, man.
All right,
absolutely.
You game?
Yeah, I'm game.
All right, I think it'd be awesome. And so do me so. The one-stop shop, right? JeffersonCokerBand.com. Is that what it is?
That's it.
JeffersonCoker.com.
Yeah, there are links to buy stuff. There are links to the music. There's video. Links to the Reverb Nation page. You can go to cdbaby.com/JeffersonCoker or Jefferson Coker Band. Also, don't forget about the Pandora stations. There's the Jefferson Coker Pandora and Jefferson Coker Band Pandora stations.
That is so awesome, man. Hey, I got to tell you, I wish you all the best, and I can't thank you enough for taking some time out to hang out with me tonight. And I'm going to be, within the next day or two, I'm going to be in contact with you. We're going to get this bug worked out, and we're going to get this show planned for the next couple of weeks, do this again. And I think you got some valuable info for these artists out there.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, you take care, man.
All right, bye.
All right. Once again, I love interview night. You know what? And I'm serious about this. He touched a subject that I wish more artists were a little bit more open about, and I think more and more are becoming more open about it. But he seems to have no fear. He just put it out there. And as he said, stoned coker doesn't take, sober coker doesn't take any responsibility for stone coker. But again, you guys, I want to apologize for the audio tonight. Obviously, those of you that have followed along, the audio for interview night's a little differently. We experienced a weird glitch. Just before getting him on, and so I had to call up his phone. But we're going to get that worked out. I think it's an issue with Skype tonight. Just to give you an idea what's happening on my end, when we'd add him in via Skype, it would just keep hanging up and saying he's not online, but it clearly showed that he was online. So it's some kind of weird glitch happening, but I hope the audio was just good enough that you got, somewhat of a good interview out of that. And, as I explained to Jefferson off air, it's not good enough for me. It's driven my OCD nuts tonight that I couldn't do it the way we normally do it. And it makes me just feel guilty as hell. It makes me feel guilty for him. I feel like I kind of cheated him out in a bit. I feel like I cheated you guys out a bit. Made you had to really strain or what have you. But we're going to make it right. And you guys heard it. I've got him on record. 2 weeks, possibly 3 weeks from now. I'm going to make it sooner than later. We're going to get him back on the way we normally do. And we're going to dive into that conversation of what you artists out there, really, and we are, you heard Cat Beach talk about it a bit, our last interview night, and more and more artists are starting to put this out there and explain this, because I really don't think listeners and fans of these artists they just don't grasp how much the artists are putting into this out of their own pockets, and then once they do, how some of the bigger conglomerates are taking advantage of their work, their heart and soul, their sweat, their blood. You know, as you heard there, you mentioned iTunes. iTunes is taking 98 cents. You go and buy a track from iTunes for 99 cents, the artist gets 1 penny. 1 damn penny. That's insane. So you mean to tell me they get 99% of something that they put absolutely no work, no sweat, no blood, no passion, no tears into? Are you kidding me? This is insane. And I'll tell you, the deal with how CD Baby works is news to me. I didn't realize. I know of CD Baby. I've heard of them. But I didn't realize how geared towards the artists they are. And you know, we're in the midst of major transitions right now. And what's coming shortly after these transitions is we're going to start throwing some advertising in there. We're going to start throwing some advertising. Those companies' products and or services that we support that are geared towards the artist. And just what little bit I've heard so far, and this is part of the reason why I want to further this conversation with Jefferson here in the next couple of weeks. But just from what I've heard so far, CD Baby, it seems to be something and someone that we'd be very, very comfortable with promoting here at Music Mafia Radio, because it is about the artist, and that is what we are about here. And that's what we're fighting for. That's what we're trying to convince you to fight for. And I think it'll be a good show. I think it'll be a good conversation when it happens. One more time tonight. I can't thank him enough. Jefferson Coker, anytime you get the blues.
Now it's time for the blues.
Anytime you get the blues, feeling down, no confused, can't see the forest for the trees, then just pick a melody. Move your feet where they want you to. Clap your hands, jump and shout too. Don't worry about a thing. Let your body swing. Anytime you get the blues and you wanna change your tune, grab hold your angel wing. Let your freedom ring. Let your soul take hold. Lift that cross up off your shoulder. Like all God's creatures, praise His name. Sing hallelujah. Walk to bed anytime you get the blues and you wanna change your tune. See the forest for the tree, then just pick a melody.
Jefferson Coker Band. Anytime you get the blues. Just pop that one in right there. You won't be so bluey anymore, will you? I gotta tell you, that dude's so cool. He just, I mean, you listen to him talk. He just seems so down to earth. You know what I mean? That's one thing I've always noticed when having interview night is, so many artists at this stage, and by this stage I mean not corrupted by a major label. I guess it's the best way I can put it, but they're just so humble. They're just so humble and down to earth, and it's like in normal people. Every time I have interview night, I treat it as, with the exception of running some audio tests, I really don't prep for it. I don't write down a list of questions I want to ask. I really honestly do treat it as just kind of plopping down in a lazy boy or on a couch or something and having a conversation with someone. That is really honestly how I really come at interview night. Is just sitting down and having a conversation with someone and learning more about them. And I got to tell you, if we practice this more in society, half our problems would probably be gone. Just sit down and take an interest and get to know someone. You might be surprised at what you find out. And that's just always the way I've handled interview night. I just pop down. Hey, how you doing? Great to meet you. What do you do? Well, what are you about? You like Cheez-Its or pretzels? Oh man, but again, you guys, I do apologize for tonight's audio. Typically our interviewee is nice, crisp, and clear. Sounds like he's sitting on my lap. I mean, you go back and listen to other interviews, it sounds like they're right on my lap. And sometimes maybe they are. I don't know. That's my secret. You'll never know. But, we did what we had to do and we made it work. And I really do feel like we as long as we had our conversation there, I really do feel like we didn't even come off the tip of the iceberg there. I feel like there's so much more to know, so much more to find out, and I really do think when we get into the conversation of kind of how the music world works for an independent artist, I think that's going to be a great show. I really do, and I think it's going to be great for you, but I think it's going to be great for us, too. I mean, I got some information. Cheese-covered pretzels. Exactly. Cheese-covered. I lost my train of thought. God damn it. Jose, I'm hungry. Do we got any of those cheese stuffed pretzels, Jose, in the freezer? The little nubby pretzels that are stuffed with cheese. We got any of those left? Get them ready. We're nuking some of them bitches after the show. What was I saying? I don't know. Who knows? I don't have a clue what I was saying. He's like, Coker's throwing food at me, and I'm thinking about gummy bears. I just want to throw out there 7-Eleven produces the best gummy bears on the face of the earth. All right? I just want to put that out there. They don't pay me to say this. They probably should. All right? And I'm going to talk with someone at corporate in the next week or two, so they will pay me. But my God, I'm telling you, all right, it's 7-Eleven. I don't know what they're doing over there, but they have the best gummy bears on the face of the earth. I'm addicted to them. I'm buying like 2 1-pound packs a day. It's insane. My insides are filled with gummy bears and cheese-stuffed pretzels.